A very good morning, dear students. In the previous classes, we have learned the method of finding the mean deviation about the mean as well as the median for the ungrouped data points. From today's class onwards, we will try to find the method of mean deviation for grouped data points. As you have come across the data representation of the statistical data in the lower classes, we know that the data can be grouped into two ways. One is discrete frequency distribution and another one is continuous frequency distribution. Here in today's class, we will try to find the method of finding the mean deviation for discrete frequency distribution about the mean. Now, what do you mean by discrete frequency distribution? Now, let me consider the n observations running from x1, x2 and so on up to xn occurring with frequencies f1, f2 and so on up to fn. That means here frequency is nothing but the indication of number of times the data point x1 is repeated. That is indicated as f1. The number of times the data point x2 is repeated in the statistical data, that is nothing but f2 and so on up to xn is repeated fn times. This one is the meaning of frequency of the given data points respectively. Now this data can be represented in the tabular form as follows. That is, here this one is indicating the data points and this one is indicating the how many number of times the given each and every data point is repeated. Now see here, x1 is repeated f1 times, x2 is repeated f2 times and so on up to xn is repeated fn times. This one is the representation of given data points with respect to the discrete frequency distribution. And this tabular form of representing the statistical data is known as discrete frequency distribution. This one is the basic introduction about the grouping of the given data points in terms of discrete frequency distribution. Now, in this part, I will explain you people how to find the mean deviation about the mean for the discrete frequency distribution table. Now, the following steps we are supposed to be incorporate to find the mean deviation about the mean for the discrete frequency distribution. The first step is, as we have calculated in the ungrouped data points, which step we have followed? We have followed the first step as calculating the measure of central tendency about which we are supposed to calculate the mean deviation. Here the measure of central tendency is mean. So our task is to calculate the mean of the given observations by using the formula. That is, x bar is equal to summation of the product of each frequencies with the given each data point where I running from 1 to n whole divided by summation of the frequencies. Here I can replace this term, that is summation of fi where I running from 1 to n as equal to capital N, which is nothing but the sum of the frequencies. And here we have considered the summation of product of each and every data points with its corresponding frequency as I vary from 1 to n. This one is the method of finding the mean for the given set of observations in case of the discrete frequency distribution. Now in the step number 2, as we have done in case of the ungrouped data points, we are supposed to calculate the deviations of each and every observation from the mean. That is indicated as step number 2. Here we are supposed to find the deviations of each and every xi from the mean of the given observations. That is, your task is to calculate the parameter xi minus x bar for each set of given data points. This one is the step number 2. In the step number 3, your task is to find the absolute values of the deviations of each xi from x bar, as we have done in case of the ungrouped data points. And here, that is the meaning of calculating your task is to find out another one parameter, that is product of the absolute values of the deviations of each observation from the mean with respect to the corresponding frequency of each and every observation. That is the additional step you are supposed to follow in step number 3. Now in the step number 4, as we have done in case of the ungrouped data points, your task is to calculate the mean of the absolute values of the deviations. That means your task is to add up all these parameters with respect to each given data points, and you are supposed to divide the summation of these parameters with respect to the number of observations or the summation of the frequencies. This one is the exact formula you are supposed to remember to calculate the mean deviation above the mean for the discrete frequency distribution. That is equal to 1 divided by sum of the frequencies into summation of product of the absolute values of the deviations of each observation from the mean with respect to the corresponding frequency of each and every data point, which should be xi. Sorry for that. Make the proper correction. Now here we are having, I hope you are following the steps which you are supposed to incorporate to find the mean deviation about the mean for the given discrete frequency distribution. Now here we are having one of the 3 marks example problem, that is saying that your task is to find the mean deviation about the mean for the following discrete frequency distribution. That is, the data points are 2, 5, 6, 8, 10 and 12, and the corresponding frequencies, that is 2 is repeated 2 times, 5 is repeated 8 times, 6 is repeated 10 times, 8 is repeated 7 times, 10 is repeated 8 times, 12 is repeated 5 times in the collected statistical data. Now, to solve this particular problem, what you are supposed to do? Your task is to calculate the mean of the given set of observations. For that, let us form the following table and append the, that means add the columns after calculation. After calculation. Now see that first of all your task is to write the given data points in the first column and their corresponding frequencies in the second column, and as we have indicated, your task is to find these type of terms for each observations with respect to the given frequency of the data points. It means you are supposed to calculate the product of each and every given data point with respect to the corresponding frequency in the third column, and after calculating the summation of these type of parameters, your task is to calculate the mean of the given observations. Now let us do one by one. Let me consider the first data point as 2, 5, 6, 8, 10 and 12. Now corresponding frequencies I will write 2, 8, 10, 7, 8 and 5. Now I will add up all these frequencies, that is summation of F5 where I running from 1 to how many data points are given here? 6 data points are given, that is equal. Add up all these things, 10 plus 10, 20, 27, 27 plus 5. 32, 32 plus 8, that is equal to 40. This one is correct. This one is the summation of the frequencies. And now next step, your task is to take the product of these terms, that is 4, 40, 60, 56, 80 and 60. Now see here, 56 plus 4, 60, 60 plus 40, 100, 160, 160 plus 60, 220, 220 plus 80, that is 300. This one is the summation of F5 xi where I run from 1 to 6, that is equal to exact 300. I hope we have understood how to calculate the product of each and every observation with the corresponding frequency and to calculate its actual summation. Now come to the calculation part. Here we get what we have got, summation of the frequency, that is equal to n, where I summation of Fy where I running from 1 to 6, that is equal to exactly 40 we have got, and summation of Fy Xi where I running from 1 to 6, that is equal to exactly 300 we have got. Now further we know that what you are supposed to do, your task is to calculate the mean of these given set of observations. That is, x bar is equal to summation of Fy Xi where I running from 1 to 6 divided by number of observations or the summation of the frequency. That is equal to 1 divided by 40 into 300. This one will get cancelled. You are left with 7.5. If you are correcting or calculating the division, that is 30 divided by 4, you will get exactly equal to 7.5. This one is the required mean of these given set of observations. Now come to the step number 2, that is your task is to find the deviations of each and every xi from this particular mean. That is, your task is to add up one more column here, that is xi minus x bar, the deviation or the difference of each and every observation from the mean. Now consider 2 minus 7.5, that is minus 5.5, 5 minus 7.5, that is minus 2.5, 6 minus 7.5, that is minus 1.5, 8 minus 7.5, that is just 2.5, 10 minus 7.5, that is 2.5, 12 minus 7.5, that is 4.5. Because here if you add 4 to 7, you get 11. 0.5 plus this 0.5, you get exactly equal to 12. I hope you have understood how to calculate the deviations of each and every observation from the mean. Now, in the step number 3, what you are supposed to calculate? Your task is to calculate the absolute values of these deviations. That is, modulus of xi minus x bar. I will calculate the parameter this one for each and every observation in the fourth one. Now, let me take the absolute value of minus 5.5, that is plus 5.5, minus 2.5, absolute values 2.5, 1.5, 0.5, 2.5 and 4.5 at the last. Now, in the step number 3, your task is to calculate this parameter also, that is product of absolute values of deviations of each and every observation with the corresponding frequency of the each and every data point. That is, I will add up one more column here, that is product of absolute values of deviations of each and every observation from the mean with respect to the corresponding frequency of the given data points. That means the observations which you have got in these two columns, your task is to take that product. Let me do the calculations properly. 5.5 multiplied with 2. 5 2s are 10. 10 plus 1, 11. Now 16 plus 4, that is 20. 1.5 into 10, that is 15. 0.5 into 7, that is 3.5. 2.5 into 8. How much? 8 5s are 44. 20 I suppose. Isn't it? 20.0. Now last one. 5 4s are 20. 20 into 2.5. 20 plus 2.5, that is 22.5. Now at the last parameter, your task is to calculate the summation of Fy modulus of xi minus x bar, where I running from 1 to 6 because only 6 observations are given over here. Now add all these things. 22.5. How much much you get? 23. 23 plus 3, 26. 26 plus 20, 46. 46 plus 20, 66. 66 plus how much here? You are left with 66 plus, sorry, one more thing I will do. 22.5 plus 0.5. 23, 26, 26, 46, 46 plus 50. 61, 61 plus 11, 72, 72 plus 20, that is equal to 92 exact. Now at the last step with respect to the given algorithm, here what you are supposed to calculate? Your task is to calculate the mean deviation about the mean utilizing this formula. Further we get what you are supposed to get. Further we get what you are supposed to get, summation of f5 modulus of xi minus x bar, where I running from 1 to 6. This parameter exactly equal to 92 we have got. Now at the last step, what you are supposed to calculate? Your task is to calculate the mean deviation about the mean utilizing this formula. That is, we know that mean deviation about the mean, that is equal to 1 divided by number of observations into this parameter. That is summation of f5 modulus of xi minus x bar, where I running from 1 to 6. That is equal to, substitute 1 divided by 40 into 92. If you carry out the calculation exactly here, you get mean deviation about the mean for this discrete frequency distribution table as exactly equal to 2.3. I hope you have followed whatever things I have taught in today's class. If you are feeling any sort of confusions or further clarifications are required from my side to calculate the steps which I have explained over here, you can feel free to ask. You are not supposed to hesitate to ask the doubts and all. I will clarify your doubts if you are asked with that. Don't be panicked to ask the doubts. If you are having any sort of doubts, your task is to clarify the things in time. I will continue with the method of finding the mean deviation about the median for the discrete frequency distribution table in the next class. I am giving 2 homework problems for you people which are come under this topic. They are from exercise number 15.1, problem number 5 and 6. Try to solve those 2 problems. If you are feeling any sort of clarifications are required, you can ask at any time. Thank you. Have a great day.